Welcome to the Gymstead live at 5. Hi, y'all. Welcome to the live again. It's a gloomy, nasty Tuesday. But that's all right. We can deal with it. It's getting kind of chilly out there right now. It's like, it says it's 58, but it feels more like 38 out there. Sean and I from Back to Good was sitting out there shooting the bull, and man, I was getting, my hands were getting cold. I'm like, dude, I gotta go. Can't deal with this no more. So hi. Hi. Why is she being shy? Normally she's hi. What's up with that today, huh? Gloomy Tuesday got you down?
Hey, Sean. Hey, Waste House.
So Ariel, we got Ariel in here. We got Brett, the living the dream. We got BT, and BT was #1 today. That was awesome. There's Paul. What's happening, Paul? Lord Carp, Lori Larkin, Liam. Howdy, y'all. Glad y'all are coming in here and hanging out with us, man. Like I said, we got the heater kicking. And, you know, I want to thank y'all so much. Everybody pitched in to help us get that part for the tractor, for the big berth out there. And, man, I am so very grateful. We got, looks like we're going to get the part going, and we're going to be able to get some more stuff done. I did shoot a bunch of video today, but unfortunately, for some reason, only half of it came out. I don't know what happened, but I'm not the YouTube expert. I'm working on it, slowly but surely. There's Janet Sario. So anyway, oh, Fancy Lady too. Hey, I'm so sorry everybody lost. Thank you. Sadie was our very first dog we got out of the whole bunch. And then we got Smokey, and then of course we got the puppies. But Sadie, yeah, that was rough losing Sadie. I'm not here to tell y'all, but that hit a heartstring right there hard. She was always this happy, lovey dog. She saved a couple of human lives. You couldn't ask for a better dog. But it is what it is. Part of life.
Hey, peaceful days.
Shorty got a package. One of y'all awesome people sent Shorty a package. So she is sitting here on pins and needles because the box is right there. And she is like, oh, I want to see it. See, surprises. Got her rattled. She's on. I want to see. It's like around here, if I can say that, I'm going to try and say this without getting them fired up. But around here, if you say, what time is it? They'll usually perk right up and they think it's a treat. So, Smokey's already stopped eating and looking around like, what? You said what time is it?
Nope, he hasn't stopped.
Yeah, he did. He stopped, raised his head up, like looking around like, huh? You say that word?
Yes, Paul. She's playing with like a telescope back scratcher.
Yep.
It's a back scratcher, so if one of you got levels.
Isn't that kind of cool? It even got a little hand on it.
Nope.
Looks like a paw. Okay. Looks like a bear paw. So that's funny. So tomorrow, I guess we're supposed to get some cooler temps, some nicer temps. I say cooler, nicer temps. Our low is only supposed to be like 65, but it's kind of hard to tell when it's feels like 40 out there right now. So the temp must be going to be coming up in the middle of the night or something. But then we got some more 80s coming this weekend. Talking about 78, 79 this weekend, which is going to be pretty nice. So we did get a special guest the other night that showed up over here, and one this morning. We had Jason and Tara over here from White Rock, which is very, very cool, y'all. I miss my brother and sister very much. If they didn't live so far away, I'd be over there all the time. But they come by and then stopped by and hung out with us for a little bit. And they said they're going to stop by on the way before they go back home. So you know, we got some ribs we're going to throw on a grill with them and hang out with them. And then this morning I'm out here trying to work, and you know what happens? I'm trying to work. Guess who showed up? The no work life showed up. David and Jim came by this morning. They stopped by for a minute. Had to go get themselves a biscuit. I don't know what they call them. I call them. What do they call them? Yeah, it's they call it a toaster. Yeah, that's what it was. Call it a toaster. So they both come by this morning. Tim looked like he was feeling a little bit rough. I guess David working too hard. There's Shiloh. What's happening? Susie Jacobson?
Yeah, Linda Oki. Hey. Hey, Susan Jacobson.
Got the-
J.A.
That's very cool, y'all. So Shiloh, how's it freezing up there?
Charlene Akers, thank you. Joe Jacobson, thank you.
And Peaceful Daz, when you gonna come by here, girl? We kept, you know, you said you was gonna come by last time. Then David said you had issues with trying to so much to get done in a short amount of time. And well, man, we get that. So you got to come by and hang out with us and see what's going on. And I hope you're feeling better. Seen the video about the hospital deal. You gotta stay out of hospitals, man. This place is full of sick people. That was the other Desiree. Okay. You lost me on that one. Lord Carp. Okay, yes. Thanks for the prayer.
Radio Jonesy, hello.
Oh, Jonesy. Bambi, have your house plans changed due to the mud issue? Yes, they did. Not by much. That we just all we're gonna do is just move it over about 30 feet or so. There's a hill up there, and it's already dry and hard. That's the only part of the property out here that's staying dry right now. But you know, we have figured out that that's where it's going to go over there. The water issue, I'm going to put a couple of them culverts out here on these ditches, and then you know, and that's gonna get that water off of here. So one of you awesome people, I guess, did your research and found out that that's why the water's backing up so bad on the property is the people that own the company that owns the field across there. When they built that road and put all that rock in the road, that's blocking all the water from draining out into that field like it's supposed to. So, and I can, in fact, Sean and I were out there just a little while ago, and I was watching the water run towards the road. I mean, just little tiny trickles, but you could literally watch it, all the little puddles still running towards the road. And it's been 2 days without rain now, so it's crazy that it's still that muddy and that wet. So I figured once I put them culverts out there and let that water start doing what it's supposed to naturally, hopefully that'll start drying our stuff out a little bit better. And you know, we'll find out. But like I said, one of you awesome subscribers did your research on this, and I am in debt to you on that one. I appreciate that very much. In fact, you did that. So now that we know what the real deal is here, and we can address that accordingly. Now, when they built that ditch down through there, you know, but it's a logging company, y'all. They didn't survey it and make sure the fall was right and all that stuff. They just kind of went with what the eyeball can see and said, "Oh, that looked good." You know, I get it. You know, I'm not gonna spend all that money for that, but it is what it is. So, seems like a fairly easy fix. I wouldn't say a real costly fix anyway, put it that way. It's just going to take time and, you know, and digging and culvert when the time comes. Now that I've got enough video of what's going on out there, shouldn't be too much of an issue to go back and say, okay, just in case my old memory forgets, you know, drops off a bucket or two, you know, I got it on video. So, you know, and that's getting to that subject there. That's the very cool part about YouTube, y'all, is the fact that you can record all of this stuff, and and your grandkids can go back 20, 30 years from now and go, hey, that's my papa, or that's my grandpa. I remember, and even if I don't remember, now I get to know. So, it'll be out there and it's recorded somewhere nowadays, so that's the very cool part about doing this for me anyway. I don't know if it's different for some of y'all, but to me, that's what's important. They'll get to know the real me through the videos, you know what I mean? So they're awesome. Let's see. Jonesy, glad you finally got it. Right?
Charlene Anchors said, I just gotta say, laugh out loud. Yes. She's very patient right now. She's waiting until Gary will let her do it. So
She ain't being very patient right now. She's about to break the box, squeezing it so hard, y'all. Don't even let her tell that lie. Her anticipation is like, if it was a 1 to 10, hers would be like a 40 right now. We'll do it in a few minutes, baby.
Linda, okay, yeah, he got the Des is wrong.
And the Des hippie snowflake. Oh, my bad, Des. I'm sorry.
See?
Yep, I did get him wrong. There's 2 of y'all that are real close. That's threw me off.
Yes, Carl. Yeah, warm weather is good. Janet, I have a few other recipes. Yeah, I'm gonna be doing those pretty soon and putting those on my channel. Rose, I'm just relaxing a little bit.
Yeah, she is. She's been out there burning boxes, and I've been cleaning up all the firewood and all that stuff out there and getting it all in the house today. And yeah, we've been out there working our backs today for sure.
Hi, over the moon.
Brenda Lee says, "Get that yap of yours going." My word, the gift of gab, right? Am I going too fast for y'all? Should I slow down just a little bit? That's too funny right there. Let's see, what was that, Pauline? How you brilliant family? You all are okay? Yeah, it has been. Yep. And again, folks, take all of that death stuff and that life stuff and go. Well, I can't say that on camera, but sometimes you just gotta say, "What the," And yeah, it hurts and it sucks, but you don't get to go on. You don't know if your tomorrow is here or not. You know what I mean? So you suck it up. You kind of bury that. You do your little grieving part, get it over with as fast as possible. And when it starts hitting you in the back of the head, so remind yourself of how good things are instead of dwelling on how bad things are. I have found that works, and it takes a little bit of training for the brain to do that. But as long as you can recognize that, you can move on. And there are days, even the best of us, and I'm not gonna say I'm one of the best ones, but I am pretty positive for the most part. And sometimes it hits you, and it takes a little bit to get it out of your system, but you get it out of your system as fast as you can, and you keep moving yourself on. And it happens. I'll be the first one to know, to tell you that it even gets me sometimes. Sometimes it's hard to take your own advice. I was telling David that the other day. Sometimes it's just hard to take your own advice. But keep that in the back of your brain, swirling around back there. You got to take your own advice. And sometimes that's the hardest. There's Judy. What's happening? Susan friends. Let's see what else we got. That's right. Don't be a bum. Hit that thumb. I seen Rose Chastain. She popped in here a minute ago. Brenda Lee. My dad used to go in new 18-wheeler dealerships, long-winded. His brother's nickname was Windbag. right? Sometimes I can talk, and then there's other times when I'm, it's kind of funny, y'all. With me, I am pretty social for the most part. Get me in large groups, I'm not very social. Um, so I guess in a weird way, I am with YouTube. I feel like I can be more personable, should I say? Um, and have that gift of gab. But if I've got 7, 8 people standing around me, 9 times out of 10, I'm usually the one that's fairly quiet. Not the most quiet, but I'm fairly quiet. Just, I guess, military background does that to you, you know? You have a tendency to just keep your mouth shut pretty much and try to move on. But on the same note, if you're fixing to put me in a stupid situation, well, I'm going to tell you about yourself real quick. you know. There's making it home. What's happening? Mary and Miley's adventure. So true. Making it home, right? What'd she say? I missed the first part of it then. Guys, I just passed 4,000 subs. Yay, Jonesy. That's awesome, brother. Jonesy's getting him a secondary retirement coming on, y'all. Jonesy did his first live the other night, and I was able to catch it, which is very cool. Jonesy's one of them guys in the world, it's like Paul Honeyman. One of them guys, man, you can't help but just kind of wrap your arms around him, in a metaphorical type of way, that so you can just, you know what I mean? It's just people you just like. You don't know why, smart asses, all that, but you just like them for some reason. And Jonesy and Paul are the two of them people that you can't help but like them. There's Ann Parton. Yeah, I mean, and exits. Not sure if I look for the exits so much as I do prepare for them. Does that make any sense? Like in large groups, I don't so much have to know exactly how to get out, but I have to know how to prepare for what's next. And I guess I stand on guard a little more than I should when it comes to large gatherings. Like the meetup last year, I was internally, I was walking around like a chicken ready to dart. And outside, trying to stay calm as a duck and be social as possible. Those two sometimes just don't, I don't know, don't, they conflict a lot, if that makes any sense to anybody. There's Nona, what's happening? Open that milk up, right? I know, right? Judy, you see the poking and all that. I'm feeling it over here. I'm hearing her in my ear over here. Can I? You got 11 more minutes, 6:30 or 5:30. How about that? Is that fair?
Sure.
Can you make it 11 more minutes? Without crushing the box and surprises are awesome. See, look at the anticipation. Look how much fun you're having with the anticipation of opening this thing. You figured out what it is. Do we even know who it's from?
I think Mom knew.
Who's it from, Mom?
Yeah, I don't open it up to find
Oh, you can't find out then. You gotta wait 10 more minutes. 10 more minutes. It's killing her, y'all. It's killing her. Oh, that's too funny. Trying to keep up with the chat. There's Marco.
Yes, I do. It's a mystery box.
Yeah. Okay, everybody saying hi there. Oh, that's cool. So anyway, like I said, I had some video, y'all. I've got like a couple days worth of stuff that it's kind of random, so don't be real shocked if the the video tomorrow is kind of all over the place. The stuff I wanted to get done today, I wasn't able to get all of it done today. A lot of it just because I ran out of time. Two, it was pretty nasty out there. I mean, it's cloudy and cold, and yeah, yesterday it was 81 degrees, and now today it's cloudy and cold. I mean, you thought some people have bipolar. The weather in Arkansas is even worse than the weather in Florida when it comes to being bipolar. Now, I'm here to tell you. Let's see. Okay. Okay. Yeah, for Bobby. Don't you buy that Jeep on me. There's Bobby with better jeans. So yeah, don't you buy that Jeep.
At school, I've been learning
Texas
about
70. Nancy says 79 Texas today. Yeah, my buddy Sleepy, he called me a little while ago, and I agree, Janet. You just never know.
At school, I've been learning about Malala. It's a big impact to history.
Yeah, Mulala.
Yes, it's a true story.
Okay, we'll have to check that out. Yeah, I was talking to my buddy Sleepy. He's still in our Florida area where we came from, and he's trying to get his bulldozer fixed. So he called me up. And he says, "I got a 1-800 Ask Gary question." So anyway, that's what he used to. It used to be all the time. He'd call me. He'd call me out of the blue. I gotta ask Gary question. So he's trying to get his boulder. Anyway, long story short, he was telling me about how warm it was. He's like, "Yeah, it's kind of hot out there." It's like 80 something right now. No, I didn't, Lynn. I didn't. I can't read the comments up here on the phone, but I'm having to read them over here on the computer. So that's why I'm. Seen Mike and Lissa's place yet? No, I haven't. I haven't been over there. I seen Mike and Lissa the other day at the basketball game when they were cheerleading, and they just did the one game and that was it. They left, so I didn't have a chance to talk to them. I know, right? Not pitiful. That's awesome. Get to run the air. Yeah, I would have jumped all over that. You're getting close, kiddo. There's David. What's happening? Monique Poole. Okay. I didn't see that name pop in there, but thank you for welcome for joining us. Appreciate it. We got 146 people in here. How many likes? Come on, Nick. Come on. 6 likes, really, y'all? It's like ours. Oh man. So I am ready to get the backhoe fixed tomorrow for sure. Brett is going to come over tomorrow, and he's going to pick me up in the morning. We're going to go over there. He's got to get some stuff from Home Depot tomorrow, so we're going to get the part. I'm going to go ahead and get it put on, and hopefully solve this problem with this leak. This thing has been kind of like a thorn in the side, or I'll leave the rest of that. The only metaphors I come up with were not pretty. So we'll leave that one alone. There's Debbie Short. What's happening? Kindness. Yes, kindness. I am feeling much better. Let's see. How come Mary and Miley's Adventures isn't a moderator? I don't know. I don't know. Maybe because I haven't figured out how to do it yet. Is it still flooding in the barn? Yes, actually, it's like the high and low spots are underneath there now, but it's going back down. I did pump out a little bit the other day, right after the rain. Like I waited till the next day and I pumped out a little bit. So now it's not going up and it's not going down yet. But if we don't get any more rain for a couple of days, it will probably just go down and dry right back up again. Especially if I can get that culvert in there. I mean, if I could just get a couple of 4-inch or 2 4-inch pieces of pipe or 6-inch pieces of PVC, I would just dig a trench across the road right there and stick that in that ditch and let that do its thing. And I would need like 2 for this one and 2 for that one, and just let it do its thing naturally out there in the woods there in that field, because that's what it's supposed to be doing anyway. And that would probably take a lot of our water off of this property. You know, because that road out here was originally built for a logging company, and you know, that's probably why they built these platforms in this barn afterwards, you know, to help mitigate that water, since that road's come find out that road been there for a long, long time, you know, 60, 70 years. So that's pretty much been timberland for so long. Let's see. Thank God it's too cold for snakes to come up in that water, right? You know, that is an idea though, Judy. Go ahead and just lining that thing with plastic and building up around the edges, and just letting it fill, just filling it up with water and putting some goldfish in there and some lights. Tell me that wouldn't be cool. Have a giant fish tank in your house like that, you know, 30-foot long. That's a brilliant idea.
Only 4 more minutes to go.
I would love to. I think I might just do that. I think that would be very cool.
Science.
That's the answer. Yay.
3 minutes.
Yeah, she does, Reverend Joe. She does. She wants to open her package right here, and I told her at 5:30. So. Maybe you should show off this year, right? Could you not contact the company that logged the tree? You know, Lori, to be honest with you, I probably could, and whether the success of such conversation or negotiations would probably be mute, but to me, it's not worth the headache, really isn't. I would just soon go ahead and put the culverts in myself, be done with it, you know, and fix it myself. You know, if it rattles their chain, well then sorry about their luck, you know, but I'll do what I have to do to protect my property, and if they can't handle it, then they'll figure out a different way to do it. Cut the ditch on your side of the property. That's the way I see it, you know. Shouldn't have cut it on our side of the property. But I know why they did it on their side, because they didn't want the expense, just like I don't want the expense. So somebody's got to pay for it. And the way I see it, you know, if I got to pay for it, I got to pay for it. You know, it is what it is. I mean, think about it. It's no different than any other upgrade on your property. You know what I mean? You want things to happen your way, you got to pay for it. So, like, trying to hit them for that expense, it would be like butting my head against the wall or shooting a piece of steel. You know, the two are not going to go well for you. You know, it's not worth the headache. Miley's birthday is March, what?
7th.
Huh?
7th.
7th.
March 7th, yeah.
The 7th. Yep. It's
1 minute to
coming.
go. Oh, see, Dad's counting down for you. 1 minute to go. Melvin, Donnie, what's happening? Takashi. Hey, that's cool. Hi, most of Japan. Well, that is very cool. 5:30 Central in Arkansas. Uh-oh, Ace called you out on it. It's ready. It's 5:29 here, Ace. So your clock's a little fast.
Yeah.
Gotta make her suffer a little bit, just a little bit, Mark.
I'm counting down.
Just watching that clock, boy. You know, any second now. All right, let's go ahead and get it out of the way. There's Big Wave. Midnight Vlogs.
I am ready. It's 5:30. Okay, let's see 5.
Exactly, Midnight Vlogs. I agree. All right, ready, y'all? She is ready.
I'll find out when we start.
Find the tag. There you go.
Next, this is from Pops.
From Pops. Pops is awesome, y'all.
So it's a wings of fire or something. I don't.
Wings of fire something or something.
Okay.
I just love Pops. He spoiled this kid rotten, man. I love it. So it's like it's a dragon display and.
This is
Okay.
here.
So let's hold it up there and show him.
This is my favorite character.
So it's like a drawing book or something?
Yes.
So you get to color this part in. It even comes in its own pens. I thought that was like a pack of pens stuck in a hole, but no, it's actually for the coloring part. Yeah, Kevin, I got your text the other day. I meant to text you back. I was trying to play the Grady's, you know. And yes, that was a jab there, Boba. For Kelly Lane. No, I haven't. Curiosity about the Chevy is getting me. About the Chevy. My truck is until I can get an engine and and be able to get dry enough ground around here long enough to be able to do something with it. That ain't gonna happen. So Debbie Short says, okay, nice, Miley. Janet says, that is so cool, Miley. David says, cool. But the Oakie's cool. I know, Pops is awesome, man. He's, like I said, he's always spoiling her, and so I think it's awesome. You know, my dad's not around anymore, so it's not like she's got grandparents. She's got adopted grandparents like y'all, and that is so cool.
There's a box.
And Deanne says, look, that's a cool book. Wow, it's a cool book. Nice book, Lord Carp says. The three-wheeled Chevy that's abandoned on 13.59. Don't know anything about it. Haven't seen it. Haven't really had time to watch too many videos. Takashi Kawaii daughter. I don't know what that means. Isn't that very cool? Oh, even the markers got all the dragon stuff on them. That's very cool, Pops. Thank you.
This is
No, that one won't work. That one, Chevrolets, when they started doing all that stuff, you know how the 6.0s are. If they're not, if it's not that year in between those two or 3 years, it's like 03 to 06 or 03 to 07, something like that. If it ain't the right motor, the sensors don't line up, the wiring harnesses don't line up, and it's a real pain in the rear to swap them. So the Chevrolet, I think, did that on purpose, so that all your mounts and everything will work good, and your computer will work with it. So it is what it is. I mean, it just gotta deal with that. Either that, or I just go old school with it and do all that modifications and bypass the computer, but then I don't get any gauges, and I got to go through all that. I'm not doing all that. That ain't worth that to me. I'm just hoping this summer that the channel will pick back up, everything will pick back up YouTube wise, and can start making enough money to just either buy a crate engine or just go buy me another truck. Right now I'm just looking for a little $700-800 beater that I can just get around in. That's really all I need. Something I can haul, run up here to Sunrise and get some materials and and move stuff around the yard. I'm good with all that, at least for now. And then again, I'll worry about either buying another truck or just and then work on that one slowly, or something. Gotta have something.
In my whole school, I'm the only.
Yep, the only one in the whole school. So now she's happy. I'll see how calm she went. She went, yeah. It's calmed right down real fast. There's country to coast in here. That's cool. Pettigene River. Yeah, I know, right? Yeah, and the transmission bell housings are different. That truck at DD5 new property is completely different motor than Gary's. Yeah, it's mine is a 6.0. Most of the motor trucks like that are 305s or 350s, and 90% of them are 305s, which is like 305 is 283 cubic inches or whatever it was. It was basically the same 283, but it had different heads on them. The old motors, you know. Yeah, none of the sensors line up. None of that stuff matches. So it's not even worth the modifications. There's Mike Birch. And Tony over there, the big Italian, he'll tell you. He can tell you. He's got one of them SUVs like mine, or it's an SUV, but it got the same chassis pretty much underneath it, 6.0 engine. He'll tell you, trying to swap one of them old motors out like that, put an old motor in a new truck like that, and get everything to work, it's just not worth the headache. Unless you're one of them guys that can, that's on top of all that. I'm not that guy. Just so you know. Nah, Bobby wouldn't do that. That guy got such a good heart, kind soul. Are you needing any more storage bins? Kindness asking. I mean, storage around here, kindness, is one of them things. Like I said, our main focus is trying to get a truck going so we can get things moved around. Storage stuff we can deal with right now. Those heaters, those killed us. That's a $400 electric bill coming up this month. I'm getting rid of them things. We got one of our friends down in Florida that wants to buy one of them. I said, great. So I post them online. Ready for this, y'all? I post them on Facebook Marketplace. Thinking, okay, Facebook now knows I'm in Arkansas, right? I mean, that's where my poster and all that stuff are about. And they still put the post all in Florida. So I keep getting all these calls from Florida. Are they still available? Yeah, if you want to drive up and get them, I'm not shipping them to you. You're going to drive that 15 and a half, 16-hour drive? Go ahead, come on, get them. There's Tracy with TNT. There's Rucker. Judy, if Tony were a nice guy, he'd get Gary the use of his truck. Right. Tony's having enough issues trying to keep his truck going. They're old 6.0s, y'all. They're 20 years old. I mean, like I said, I'm not stressing it right now, y'all. I'm just trying to find me an old beater pickup truck that I can just beep bop around here in right now until the channel starts picking back up and work picks back up. And it'll happen. This happens in Florida, even in the construction business in Florida. Wintertime, things slow down. That's just the nature of the business. So it's not like I'm really hating life over the whole deal. It's just the timing could have been a little better, but that's the nature of the business. Right? Yeah. Tony says there's a long walk back to Hot Springs from here. Yeah. Ain't no doubt about that. At the end. I know, right? I mean, I've seen some $500 trucks, $800 trucks around here. That I'm finding out that, I should say I already knew this, but those trucks, they're a dime a dozen. You know what I mean? Finding one that you ain't got to put a ton of money into after you get it, so it'll at least get you by for a few months, is a different story. I have found a couple of them that were around the $1,000, $1,500 range that just need a little TLC, some brake work, minor stuff. I don't mind doing minor stuff, but I have found a ton of them. Oh, I need a transmission, same transmission, 4L80E. Imagine that, And 4 or 5 of them I found that need a transmission. Got a 6.0 motor, 4-wheel drive, need a transmission. I have one, but then I got to go through swapping all that out again. And no, I want a $400 or $500 beater I can just drive for a couple of months. You know what I mean? And get through with. Hey, Mary, would you take over for the chat for a second? Hang on, guys. Mary's going to take over just for a second.
All right, well, I guess I'm popping in here.
Just for a second. I'll be right back.
Let me see. I've seen some, I don't know, Kelly, about that truck. You might be able to use it, but, it's been sitting there, so it's probably not. Hey, Karen, Anthony, AT&T Adventure, TNT Adventures, hey. Hey, Anthony, hiking with Jackie Boy, what's up? Yes, I know. But hey, Radio Jonesy, what's the house? Yes, I just yeah, popping in here for Gary. I was just over here relaxing. She's about to be 14. Yes, grandfather. Yes, if you can give that thumbs up, hit that thumbs up for us. That would be awesome. Debbie Short, thank you so much. Yes, and there's a lot more be coming on that channel. So yes.
Ta-da! Back by popular demand.
He's back. So there you go.
So, Jonesy, I got a question for you, mate. If I come down there, you think I could pass for Australian? You don't think anybody busts me chops? Just curious. There's hiking with Jackie Boy. Oh, Mike Burst retracted a message. See Debbie Short likes your adventures. That's pretty cool.
Yeah. I appreciate that.
Roger said, what's Shorty doing with those matches back there? If she ain't doing nothing, but she's got a book back there. It's her package she just opened, so she's back there doing that. But anyway, curious, Jonesy. You ain't answered me yet. I'm curious. Come on, tell me, Mike. Okay, everybody just saying hello. So anyway, yeah, that's like I said, that's what I'm looking for right now. I mean, well, obviously, I'm not looking for it to have it immediately. I don't need it immediately. Getting the backhoe fixed so I can get back to work, that's immediate. And a lot of you had said something about the line. Okay, let me go ahead and explain this to everybody. The line, the hard line that comes down, that nut is a swivel nut. It has a special flare that comes off the line. So when the nut tightens up, on that fitting, it tightens it down and seals it. So after you've replaced the rubber hydraulic line a few times, that starts to get wore out right there for some reason. That nut does, and it's just a John Deere failure, just one of them things that happen. So after that line's been done a few times, you got to replace that hard line. I talked to a 30-year tech over there at John Deere, and he said, no, man. He said, that's just the nature of that business. That's what they do. He said, if you replace that line more than 2 or 3 times, he said, it's going to wear out, and that's what happens. So, and of course, that's what has happened. I replaced the one because it wasn't leaking before that, before the line blew. But now that I've replaced it twice, what happens? And that it just totally explains it all. And of course, you can't braze the top of it because you have to spin that nut to get it onto the hose. You can't spin the hose up inside there like that. So you don't. I mean, you could probably do it, and but if you ever had to replace that hose again, you'd be hating life. And I'm not going through all that. It's easier just to fix it the right way and be done with it, and not have to stress it again. It's already cost me way more than that by not messing with it to begin with, not fixing it like that to begin with, which I kind of had a feeling that's what it was. But you know, there's that part, that cheap part of you that says, no, just put another seal on it, put another hose in it, you'll be good to go. Moly, I did it. So yeah, I can thump myself in the head all day long. Things the right way, Tony says. I agree. So Jonesy, you think I could pass night? Go down there and nobody ever know it, right? No, I can't read the comments and talk. I can read comments over here. Right? Yes. That's what I was saying in the video the other day. All I need to do is get a perm. I can frizz that stuff out, man. You know, everybody would, you know, I'd be like back in the 80s. There's Fishing Matito. Hello, hello. That's very cool. 150 watching. We must have lost some. Didn't we have like 170 or something? You people are not liking me no more. No, I'm kidding. So anyway, that's the goal. Things will be coming along, you know. We sit back and be patient, y'all. Keep going. Mary's gonna keep doing her thing out there. She really wants to get the hogs out there and the chickens out there, so she's been really focusing on that. And I don't blame her. You know, up here it's wintertime, it's cold, it's wet. You just kind of do what you can do, all you can do to keep things going, you know. Some people got it better than others in the world, you know. So we'll just keep plugging away till we got it just better, you know. That's the name of the game. Get along. So what's next on the agenda? Well, next on the agenda for right this week is getting the backhoe fixed, going over to Mavericks to help him get his ditch fixed. That flood washed away all. Remember, you've seen the video. All of that nice rock coming down through there. We put that culvert in and all that stuff. That water was rushing down that road so hard it washed out 3-inch pieces of rock. Just washed that whole thing out about 3 foot deep. Couldn't believe it. What is that, David? Oh, David, really? Brother, that is awesome, man. That'll pay for the hydraulic fluid and part of a truck. That's awesome. Thank you, David. That is so very cool.
How is everyone?
I know, right? David is definitely awesome, y'all. David has been such an awesome supporter of us and our dream up here. It's, you know, he's another one of them guys. You can't wait to meet him and hug him. You know what I mean? And have a beer. You know what I mean? Just one of them people in the world, and that's it's kind of rare, y'all. It really is. You know, Auntie Ann, we had the pleasure of meeting her this year. She was another one. She's just one of them people you just want to hug and keep close in your world. You know what I mean? And that's, like I said, it just doesn't happen. Judy Jules and the Big Italian. There are 2 more people that we've met like that. What's the other ones? Our Mountain Home, Lauren and Joel. They're the same way. They're just people you just want to kind of hold in your circle. You know what I mean? And I'm glad that YouTube have brought these type of people into our world. You know, it's kind of amazing. You know, I've traveled all around the world, but when you travel all around the world, you meet these people and you get to be friends with them and get to know them, but you don't. I don't know. It's different when you're traveling because you know you got to come back home. Here you get to still visit with them every week in one way or another. You know, even if it's you know they're getting to live vicariously through your videos. To me, that is probably like one of the greater compliments in the world. You know, that somebody would say that or even watch you like they do us. Um, there is no better compliment. So the way I see it is you do the best you can do out there and you try to relate your best and keep people on the positive upside of the world.
Hey, Auntie Ann, when is that? When is the Mid-America meetup? In May this year? So May what?
Meet up in May. The Mid-America, isn't it? Yeah, it's May something. That's the one Jan told me, right?
I'm not certain.
We haven't seen Jan in a little while either. May 16th through the 18th. Mid-America Meetup, 16th and 18th. And if you got a link, come on. Come on, you got the ranch. Hit the link in there. uh,
Oh, Rocket Face.
yeah, he's going to drop the car off and he's going to come visit.
Okay, I'll put that on my schedule. On my
Denise Sanders. Hello, Denise Sanders.
calendar. 16th.
And yeah, midnight vlog. I agree that you just sometimes you don't have enough arms to hold, but you know, fortunately through the power of YouTube, though, you get to, you know, you get close to y'all. I mean, like, you know, there's a lot of y'all here I haven't met. I've never met. Y'all know us through, you know, through YouTube, but I'm sure there's a lot more of you out there that are watching that would be awesome to mingle with and interact with on a regular basis. And you wish you had bigger arms to do that, you know. But thankfully, you know, I can reach people through the power of this, you know, this YouTube media thing, and I can reach people that are sitting there in your chair and you're just hating life, and maybe I can put a smile on your face that day. You know, that'll make my day a lot better. And you know, and somewhere in the back of my mind, this crazy part is, you know, when I'm acting goofy on camera, when I'm out there talking, that's me. That's just me, you know. And if I can make you smile that day, somewhere in the back of my brain, I know that you're smiling, and that makes my day a little bit better.
No, this one's actually like it's homestead.
Oh, MT, really? Where's that? You're welcome, kindness. See, Kelly says she lives alone, semi-disabled. So, see, that's what I'm talking about, Kelly. Is if I can reach even just a few of y'all and make your day a little bit better, you know, just with my goofiness and happiness, and maybe uplift you in some kind of way. Who knows how you're feeling that day, you know? You know, I have those days when I'll go on here and find some goofy fool on YouTube, you know, scanning through the stuff, make myself feel a little better. You know, I enjoy it. And, you know, it doesn't matter. You don't have to always comment. But if I can make you smile in the background, you know what? And make your day a little bit brighter just by watching my goofy self, I'm happy with that. And that's why I do a lot of why I do this. The fact that I can pay my bills with it may not be perfect like I used to, but you know what? I can at least keep paying my bills, and I'm happy with that too. And if that's what defines me as a human and life, or that's my purpose, great. You know what? I do believe I had this. We had this talk one time on a live about how many of y'all get to go through life and know what your purpose is here. Because, you know, if you go out there and ask 100 people right now, random people, do you know what your purpose in this world is? And I would be willing to bet anybody $20 that, or whatever amount, you know, I would be willing to bet someone that they 90% probably couldn't tell you their true purpose in this world. You might get that 10% that are going to give you maybe 5 of the last 10% that's going to give you some kind of bull cockamamie story. And then the other 5% are just going to be straight with you. But 5% out of that 100, what are the chances of that? I think that's even giving a lot of more people credit than what they deserve. But I'm one of the few people, thankfully, I get to go through the world and knowing that my purpose is to somehow reach somebody else and help somebody's day get better. How powerful that is or how meaningless that is, I don't care. I know that's what I was put here for. I evidently was not put here to win the lottery and be rich and famous and all that kind of stuff. Oh well, if that's how I die, knowing that I helped a whole bunch of y'all through the power of YouTube, I'm okay with that. And I could die peacefully tomorrow knowing I'm okay with that. There's not a lot of us out there that get that opportunity. So thank you, every one of you, for being here. On every Tuesday night, y'all come and hang out with us. So thank you. And I mean this all from the true bottom of my heart, y'all. If I have a bottom to it or not, I don't know. You can ask Mary. I give a whole lot more than I take, and it used to drive her nuts in Florida because I would constantly be trying to help folks that would just do me wrong, and it is what it is. You have the see, David. There's another good one. What have you done to make people remember you positively? If you ask people that, a lot of them are going to get stumped. Same thing with the other question. A lot of them are going to get stumped. They're going to sit there and go, I don't know what to say about that. Probably 90% are going to do that and sit there and go, But the cool part about that question, when you ask someone that, is they walk away and that's still lingering in their brain. Especially if you ask them 3 or 4 times, confront them, strangers, confront them right to their face. Come on, tell me, what do you think you've done? That's going to stick in their brain, and they're going to walk through that rest of that day, and they're going to think about that and wonder what they have done or what they could be doing. Which, think about all the people that watch our videos on a regular basis. If you do that, maybe once a day or once a week, okay, once a week, just ask a random stranger that, or 5 or 6 random strangers, just out of the blue. Even if you're shy, just say, man, you done anything today to just make someone smile? Just curious. Chances are,
Baby's attacking your box.
chances are they may not tell you, but if you get 2 or 3 of them to think about it, you know what? You've changed a little bit of the world, and that's all that matters. You'll get them thinking. They may think about it maybe once that day or twice that day, but you know what? They're gonna once or twice every day for a few days. They're gonna think about that. And if you see them the next time, ask them again. Hey, done anything way to make somebody's day better? You're gonna get the regular. Some people are just gonna go, no, shut up, go away. But you know what? Who cares? We'll let them smile at them and say, hey, well, you just made my day. All right, so we got like a 2-minute warning here, is it?
Baby's attacking your box.
Never deny knowledge or kindness. I agree, Kevin. I agree. Well, so y'all, I hope y'all had a good time. I'm really grateful y'all came out here and hung out with us tonight. That really makes my day a lot better. And hopefully I made your day a little bit better, or we made your day a little bit better. Mary's over here. She's still doing the moderating thing. We need to give her a wrench, don't we? I'll get her to do that after the live here. And Shorty got a cool gift from Pops, and we appreciate that, Pops, very much. But bear with us, y'all. Wintertime is getting closer. Dark Burned Groundhog went and did what he had to do. And by the way, who told that fool that he could see his shadow? And how did he tell them? Does he speak English or do they speak Groundhog? Question for the day. All right, we love y'all. Go take you a bathroom break and get on over there and see the Grady's and Tim later on. And shoot, why is it I can't remember that channel sometimes? Who's the other one? Sergeant Talk TV, and who else comes out? Tracy's Goat Days. Y'all go check them out. Get you some inspiration. Get you some love for today. We'll see y'all tomorrow, or yeah, probably tomorrow. All right, bye guys. Love you.
Bye, y'all.